Fala pessoal, tudo certo? Nasso André aqui com vocês para mais um vídeo para o nosso canal, dando continuidade aqui à nossa série de Steelrising com a Ages. E vamos lá. Eu não sei para que lado eu vou logo para cá. Ver o que a gente vai encontrar. Eita, eita, eita. Armadilha. Segura aí. Tome-lhe. Beleza. Para cima temos cá. E agora? Tem ali, ó. Dá pra pular lá. Deu. Essência.
They're back.
It's going to be all right. This machine is alone and the door is barricaded.
It won't hold. Did you see how easily those demons entered the church?
Falar com a esposa do padeiro.
I mean you no harm.
He can speak.
What do you want with us, Automat?
What happened in this church?
You should know. It was your kind that slaughtered these lambs. I don't think those who were able to escape stand much of a chance either.
De novo.
They're hiding in the catacombs behind the church.
There's also the gentleman that the automats took alive.
The gentleman.
Slightest idea.
That's enough questions now. Leave us be, Vertu.
Ok. Apenas uma dica que eles dão aqui para onde levaram as pessoas. E vamos em busca, né? Destas pessoas, então. Deixa eu dar uma olhadinha ali para trás. Posso ter deixado algo passar. Só ali para cima. Tem ali. E aqui eu creio que eu volto. Só que não tem mapa, velho. Pega. Aí. Eita. Beleza. Tome. Ali em cima tem alguma coisa. Cheio de itens espalhado por todos os lados. Para esse lado. É um atalho. Bicuda. Muito bem. Mais um item aqui. Coisa lá em cima, não sei. Deve ter, né? Ah, módulo de... Ixi, chave de módulo, ok. Já passei por aqui.
Invalide. Here I should be able to cross the moat easily.
Ah, ok. Entretanto, todavia, vamos procurar mais coisas. Tentar voltar lá para o... Aqui, hein? Que eu já passei, né, velho? Passei bastante coisas aqui. Já entrei aqui. Ai. Já derrotei. Vim pra cá. Que dá a volta pra eu me situar. Já passei por aqui. Muito bem. Daqui, vou dar uma volta que eu não dei bem aqui, ó. Só dar a voltinha. Que não dá pra fazer nada, não dá pra ir. Eu tenho que ir pra esse lado aqui, ó. Como se desce. Mas não dá. Então, de novo, vamos explorar pra cá. Eu abri este atalho. Pra lá eu fui. Pra lá eu fui. Vamos explorar direitinho pra cá agora. Aqui é a padaria. Eu não vim para esse lado. Hello. Eu só você, né? Por favor. Recupera. Eita, não deu. Cara, foi tudo. Foi todo o meu vigor ali naquela defendida que eu dei. Beleza. Cá não tem nada. Para esse lado que eu não vim ainda. Tem um baú. Potencializador de Lavoisier. É essencial para a gente dar upgrade aí na lata de óleo. Que nós não estamos utilizando de forma alguma. Aqui. Hello. Venha. Vai pegar? Pegou. Show. Portão trancado. Ok. Então acho que é isso. Por enquanto. Vamos voltar pelo caminho e seguir. Creio que para o boss. Canão. Aqui. Eu não entrei ali, né? Au, que mentira. Mentira de novo. Só segurar e pá. Já era. Eu vim para cá. Nem me lembro mais. Detonei aqui. Eu acho que eu já rodei tudo, né? Acho que já rodei tudo aqui. Falta só realmente... É. Já abri ali. Realmente o que me falta é ir para o boss. Por aqui eu fui. Eu vim sim. Tem algo ali, né? Aqui. Ferro fundido. E aqui vamos nós. Ah, cadê que eu não tô vendo a vida dele? Aí. E não me deixou nada. Que miserável. Que nadinha também. Vamos ver por aqui. Aqui, ó. Será que tá faltando? Pular ali. Algum eco. Eu acho que tá faltando, hein? Ou não? Não, 4 já?
The debt was no longer sustainable, Your Majesty. Your mechanical revolution has changed the face of the kingdom, but the coffers are woefully empty.
The debt, Monsieur Necker. This debt that you and your banking friends helped to create for your own benefit, and which is now forcing us to levy new taxes? Will my subjects be able to bear another tax?
Yes, Your Majesty, as long as it is distributed fairly. The representatives of the nobility, the clergy, and the Third Estate must come to an agreement. That is why we have convened the Estates General. Tomorrow you are to preside over the opening ceremonies.
Your Estates General. Nothing good can come of it. You have roused the spirit of rebellion. All I hear about are their damned cahiers de doléances. My rightful enjoyment is being challenged. The streets of Versailles are teeming with loudmouth fanatics with sacrilegious thoughts. Tell me, Monsieur le Ministre, have you purposely set this army of the unwashed against me?
Your Majesty, I have always been your most faithful servant.
Beware, Necker. Beware. I have a surprise in store for anyone who dares attack my throne.
Um par de óculos. Pronto, eu acho que foram isso. Foi isso. 4. 4 ecos. Creio que seja isso. E aqui é nóis. O que é que eu vou fazer? Não colocar, é claro, a lata de óleo. Elixir isolante. Fluxo do fluido revigorante. Fica com vigor ilimitado por um breve período. Eu vou usar um. Eu não sei. Eu não sei que resistência ele tem. Frasco resistência a fogo, eu não sei. Resistência elemental. Qual o tipo de granada? Não vou usar nenhuma granada. Vamos lá. É nóis, eu não sei qual é que é. Libere o hotel. Qual vai ser o desse boss aqui, né? Qual é o elemento que ele... Eletricidade. Então me lasquei. Porque eu botei tudo menos eletricidade. Tesoureiro. Tá dando 205 de dano nele. Segura! Ai, que mentira! Sempre as costas dele. Tentar. Se for isso, meu amigo, tá de boa por enquanto. Ai, pegou no pé do cara. Tô ligado. Vai de novo. Soltar. Ai, fiquei preso. Tome, 400 e pouco de dano. Ok, tesoureiro. Segura. Aí. Ah, não pegou. Tá de boa por enquanto. Oh, caramba, não pegou. Ui. Segura. O que vai fazer? Epa. Já vai. Aí. Pronto! Torre Les Invalides. Mais um upgrade? Aí agora foi direto, né? Jack Snacker.
Please, don't let them take me away. No. Oh no, this has to stop. I don't want to be tormented anymore.
That is not my intention. I have come to rescue you.
Rescue me? But what on earth are you?
It is of no importance.
Antes de ele acordar.
What did you see and hear before you regained consciousness?
I had frightful visions, rageful wraiths filled with pain and sorrow. And it was cold enough to curdle the blood. It's impossible to describe. All the rage and anger. I was in another body, I think. So big, so powerful. And there was this commanding voice, ordering me to spread terror and death. Did I really hear it? Or did I momentarily lose my mind?
A identidade dele.
Who are you, monsieur?
Don't you know? I'm Jacques Necker, Ministre des Finances. Well, I was before I was captured. But this situation suggests that the king has decided to dismiss me from his service.
What does he accuse you of?
My alleged connivance with the Third Estate, no doubt. And, most of all, for having been the first to ask to convene the Estates General.
Como foi capturado?
How and when were you captured?
When the machines attacked, my wife and I fled our home to hide not far from there, in the Église Sainte-Marie. But we didn't stand a chance against the machines. They overran the nave, wantonly mowing down the faithful. My wife, my poor wife, she wasn't able to escape. I'm sadly convinced of this. As for me, my life was spared only so I could be tormented. What is the meaning of all this?
E agora?
What will you do now?
There is no future for me in this kingdom. I need to find a safe place where I can prepare for my departure as soon as possible.
Aí aqui tem duas opções, galera. Levar o Monsieur Necker para o convento e sair. A gente vai sair, ok? Não vamos levar ele para o convento. Vamos sair e vamos mandar ele para o convento. Porque se a gente levar ele para o convento, a gente perde a oportunidade de lutear aqui, ó, o boss. Ok? Ele dá chave de módulo, dá um módulo de armadura reforçada, lingote. E, cara, se a gente for com ele, já era. A gente perde o loot, certo? Então, não vá com ele. Bota sair para ele ir sozinho. Já fazem isso de sacanagem, né? Sacanagem fazer isso aí. Ok. O pátio. Já tem aqui mais um baúzão. Tricórnio. Vestido. Aqui tem carta de demissão do Jacques Necker. Não vou pular ali que de repente não tem como voltar. Mais um vestal aqui. Ótimo. Melhorias. Tem 18. Tem 16 ali. Vou colocar mais um. Não, colocar aqui mais potência, mais poder de ataque para Hades. Boutique. Nada de novo. Ah, deixa eu ver aqui uma coisa. A nossa arma, né? O que precisa? Só precisa de 7.500 para dar o último upgrade aí. Nível 5 na alabarda de Leda. Ficar com aquela alabarda poderosa. Vamos em frente. Mais uma cartinha. Ordem de demissão assinada por Lafayette. Encontre os cavaleiros. Infelizmente, parece que todos falecidos. Infelizmente. É isso. Vamos ver. Tirar tudo isso aqui. Não usei foi nada. E vou colocar a bússola de volta. Vá até o local da troca. Volte para o convento. E você, querido? Ai, quase. Vá até o local da troca. Não vou fazer isso agora, não. Já passei por aqui, ó. Rapaz. Todo mundo arrebentado por aqui, né? O que já vi por aqui? Parece um lugar que a gente já passou. A gente entrou naquela casa ali. Pronto. Não foi o jardim que nós entramos? Exatamente, agora que percebi. Vou voltar para o convento agora. Vamos lá. Viajar para Luxemburgo. É isso? Vamos lá. Ok. E agora é falar com os camaradas. E aqui, galera, é importantíssimo, pelo que me consta, né, olhando guias aí e tal, de platina, tem que ter uma ordem específica e opções específicas pra gente...
Monsieur.
Pra gente selecionar para dar quest, todas as quests aí disponíveis.
While the most determined are already planning our counterattack.
Este grupo.
I did not expect to see you all together.
4 days ago, the representatives of the Third Estate gathered in a tennis court. They swore not to separate until they had established a constitution for the nation. But that was not the only oath we swore. All the honorable men who were at Versailles, representatives and patriots, members of the Club Breton, secretly swore to meet here if they were dispersed.
You, Aegis, have allowed them to gather once again. Though unfortunately many are missing, we still have hope.
Convento.
Why did you choose to meet in this convent?
It was my idea. Voyez-vous, I stay here whenever my obligations bring me to Paris. No other retreat inspires such peace and contemplation. Et puis, truth be told, this building has always felt like a fortress to me. Just look at how thick these walls are.
For 2 whole days, the patriots in the quarter consolidated the outer walls to make it an impenetrable citadel. No automat has broken through our defenses yet.
Os monges.
Where are the monks, mon père?
They are secluded in their quarters. praying for the salvation of the people of Paris. However, we bear no illusions. We are weak, we are divided.
And we are unarmed. Without you, without your warrior strength, we have no chance of turning things around.
You are sent by heaven above, Aegis. From now on, you may consider the Cordelia Convent your headquarters and a welcome refuge.
We must speak, you and I, in private, if you please. Monsieur de Lafayette must not hear a word of what I'm about to tell you.
What do you mean? You all seem to be certain that I will use my strengths to serve your cause. Are you forgetting that I have a task to accomplish?
Not at all, madame. We all know and support your plan to free Monsieur de Vaucanson. That is why I've taken the time to think of a way for you to get to the Bastille.
I am listening.
There is a patriot in Paris whose pamphlets have aroused Monsieur de Lafayette's ire. His anger is so strong that the poor man had to disappear to escape arrest. I know that he is secretly hiding in the quarries in Montmartre. A labyrinth he is said to know like the back of his hand. If anyone can help you navigate the obstacles that keep you from the Bastille, it is the elusive Monsieur Marat.
Very well. I will go and find him.
Beleza. Ok. Então já tem aí, vai para as minas. E agora, galera, tem um... Vamos pegar o que tiver que pegar aqui. Carta para Julian Raymond. Beleza. Tem mais uma cartinha aqui. Só peguem as cartas por enquanto. Panfleto contra Necker. Mais uma aqui. Carta para o abade Gregory. E esta aqui, carta para o Monsieur de Lafayette. Primeiro, a gente tem que falar com o Necker, ok? Esse aqui é o Lafayette. Esse aqui é o Jacques Necker. Vamos falar com ele.
Monsieur Necker, you took my advice.
I owe you my life, madame.
E a gente tem que seguir
So I'm embarrassed
algumas
to ask you for anything more.
opções, como eu falei. Primeiro, encorajá-lo a continuar.
Do not fear. You have my full attention.
Suzanne, my beloved wife. I cannot bring myself to accept her death. Despite all the evidence, I still hope to see her alive again. I need to be sure. Mon Dieu. What have I done to deserve such a fate? Why has the king sworn to destroy me? And all that I hold dear. After everything I've done for him. My abnegation.
A abnegação dele e o destino de Suzanne, ok? Vamos lá.
Why would the king owe you anything?
I dedicated my life to the kingdom as his minister. Well, my life and my fortune as well. I refused to accept any remuneration for my services in order to keep the accounts balanced. And I personally filled the king's coffers with 2.5 million livres from my own private accounts. Bonds in the Caisse d'Escompte, which the king keeps in a tailor-made armoire de fer in the Palais des Tuileries. He stores all his secrets there. I'd wager there's enough in there to sully his reputation 100 times over. You must retrieve these bonds post-haste, madame. They must not be used to allow this madman to build more murderous automats.
Do I have any
Já é mais
chance of
uma.
opening it?
Don't even think about it, madame. Despite your incredible strength, that safe is said to be impenetrable.
Tem uma quest aí pra gente pegar esses títulos.
I personally never had access to it. I suppose that its contents were too unofficial for the honest minister that I always was.
Who has the key?
The king does, that's for sure.
Anyone else?
How could I know? His shadow advisors, most likely. Now that I think about it, there's a rumor that has been going round at Versailles for a while now. It's said that Monsieur de Mirabeau used to come and go as he pleased at the Tuileries, that he oversaw diplomatic missions for the crown. Not in any official capacity, of course. Who knows? He might know more about this matter than I do.
I will ask him.
Aí. Então já tem uns títulos aqui pra gente abrir um cofre que talvez só esse cara aí tenha a chave, né? Destino de Suzanne agora.
I will look into what happened to your wife.
Bless you, madame.
Where should I start my investigation?
In the Faubourg Saint-Germain, east of Les Invalides, we were separated in the Église Sainte-Marie, on Rue de Bourgogne.
I shall be off.
You are the only hope of seeing my beloved wife again, and of foiling the plans of the clockwork tyrant.
Ok. Agora a gente vai falar com o Abade Gregory.
Aegis, a word, s'il vous plaît.
De la Fé. O Abade. Falar com ele agora.
Aegis, I'd like to talk to you about my research. Do you have a few moments to spare for me?
Certainly, mon père. I am listening.
I've carefully collected the testimony of our companions here. Then I compared them with the observations made during my investigation of the man who calls himself Cagliostro. I came to quite the shocking conclusion. I believe I have discovered how the royal automats remain constantly in motion, like clocks that never need winding. They get their energy from the souls of the dead, Aegis. They drink from the anima essence that permeates the purgatory described by Monseigneur de la Fare. These machines feed on the dead. The greater the massacre, the deeper the river where they slake their thirst.
O massacre.
Is there any way to stop the bloodshed, mon père?
I believe there is always hope, Aegis. As long as I remain free to pursue my research, I will never lose faith. I keep thinking about the three Nemes. These echoes. All of this is clearly related to Nicholas Flamel's work. Precisely, mon ami. And this leads me to fear the worst.
What have we to fear from an alchemist who died nearly 4 centuries ago?
Not him, per se. Rather, the heretic who is exploiting his discoveries. This poses a grave danger to us all.
Então tem duas opções aqui, o perigo e o herege, tá? O que a gente tem que falar primeiro aqui, segundo opções é o que dizem, é o herege. Então vamos lá.
Who is this heretic, mon père?
Why, Cagliostro, of course. The king's accursed confidant. The man who allowed him to raise this diabolical army.
E agora o perigo.
What do you fear, mon père?
What do I fear? Nearly 2 months ago, the king forbade anyone from setting foot inside the Église Saint-Jacques de la Boucherie, near the Hôtel de Ville. He had the priests forcibly removed. They hardly even had time to save the church's sacred relics. Since then, only our Father in heaven knows what they've been doing there, hidden away from the people of Paris.
Oh dear. Flamel's tomb.
My thoughts exactly, Monseigneur. Legend has it that Flamel was buried with his lapis philosophorum.
Aqui pode ser qualquer uma,
What is the lapis philosophica,
creio eu.
mon père?
The Philosopher's Stone. Where do I begin? No one knows its true nature, or even what it might look like. All that is known is that it is said to grant untold riches and eternal life to whoever possesses it. Its very existence is questioned, of course. But if it's true, just imagine what sinister purpose the king and his accomplices might find for it. We must elucidate this matter at any cost.
O túmulo de Flamel.
Where is this tomb?
In the church's crypt. The priests always ensured that it remained undisturbed, but now they're no longer there to protect it. We need to know for certain.
But how? There are automats everywhere.
Aegis,
Oui, mon père.
will you help us get to the bottom of this?
Sim.
Did you not say that it was impossible to enter the church?
There is perhaps a solution. The penitence door behind the Châtelet leads to the Quartier de l'Hôtel de Ville. It's only opened on Good Friday, but this year I had the honor and good fortune to lead the procession. Here is the key.
Aí agora temos a chave
Goodbye,
para a
mon
cripta.
père.
Beleza, galera? Vai ficar um pouquinho grande esse vídeo aqui. Eu vou ter que falar com mais umas 4 ou 5 pessoas. Mais uma delas aqui. Eu vou falar, ler, né? Pensamento aqui rápido e vou passando mais rápido as opções, aqui, as falas. Agora é com o Lafer.
My respects, Monseigneur.
E com ele,
Expect to see you again so soon, Aegis.
só pedir a confissão do Marquês, né, que ele vai falar aí.
The path that led us to this convent was not an easy one, believe me.
A confissão do Marquês de Mirabeau.
Monseigneur, I would like to talk to you.
What has gotten into all of you? This has gone on long enough. I will say it one last time and pray that they will find nothing and no one will make me violate this. Have I made myself clear?
Perfectly clear, Monseigneur.
Aí, diga Monsieur de Mirabeau. Agora falar com o Julian Raymond e perguntar para ele, somente perguntar para ele o que o preocupa. Falar com ele, ó.
Monsieur Raymond.
Aegis, we are very pleased to see you again. It was very unwise of us to leave the Société without such. It is a miracle that we got here safely.
Aí, o que o preocupa?
What do you want to talk to me about?
Have you ever heard of the Club de Massiac, Aegis?
No, monsieur.
It's an association that meets at the Hotel de Massiac, just west of Les Halles. It counts some of the wealthiest those from Saint-Domingue and the Petite Santilles. They are waging a war of influence to keep the slave trade going, and resort to the vilest methods to achieve their ends. They worship nothing but money.
Ok.
Regrettably, my interests occasionally require me to suffer their 2 months ago, I was in Le Havre to settle some business with the when I overheard a conversation between two If they are to be believed, the Club de Massiac is plotting to create sleepless slaves.
Criar escravos que não dormem.
Those were their It's hard to say what this could possibly mean, but I fear they plan to administer some foul drug to their slaves to force them to toil day and night without rest. Our organization will not.
Caramba.
Aegis, we must look into this. It is a matter.
You speak of greed, Monsieur Raymond. But could you enlighten us as to what makes you any different from the...
What exactly do you accuse me of, Monsieur de Robespierre?
Do you not also exploit the labor of these poor souls yourself on your...
I fight every minute of every day to improve their condition.
If that's the case, then why wait? Free them. You preach abolition, yet you continue to line your pockets at their... The truth is, you refuse to upend the established colonial order because you're
Ó, jogou na cara.
From atop Mount Olympus, Maximilian. You know nothing of the... What would happen to all these people if I freed them tomorrow? Without an education, I would be condemning them to the most abject misery. No.
Any reform, revolutionary or not, must...
This reform is not so difficult. I've begun it myself at La Belle Gabrielle, my plantation in Guyane. There you will not find slaves, but workers who earn... And my plantation is no less profitable.
Ah, yes, profit. Because that's the most important thing.
Monsieur, calm yourselves. I implore you. Now is no... What Monsieur Raymond has related to us is... We must find out more about this plot to create sleepless slaves.
Aí, precisam saber que plano é esse, que método é esse para fazer, como se fossem escravos zumbis, né? Ok. Agora falar com Julian Raymond, já foi, Mirabeau. E esse aqui... Eu acho que é esse. Falar com Mirabeau. E aqui temos uma escolha importante aqui, que é a primeira, ó, falar a recusa do bispo, porque se falar sobre o armário de ferro, ele some daqui. Então primeiro a gente precisa pegar esta quest aqui, que é a recusa do bispo, ok?
Alas, the bishop stubbornly refused to reveal anything.
Damn it. I need to know what my rogue of a father is up to. Let me think. In light of the cartload of threats he sent me, it's safe to wager that my sister and they may even have already suffered his revenge. However, my sister lives in Unless a messenger rode 100 horses to death, she could not have received. Then there is my poor mother.
If you ask me, I will go to find her.
Yes, it's very kind of you to offer.
Your own mother?
Indeed. It's a very embarrassing matter.
Vai ser uma quest, achar a mãe dele, será?
I can be discreet.
Very well. You should know that my mother, the Countess of
Condessa de Covet.
Everything. Truly. First, no matter what I tried, nothing could prevent her. It is said that she is now living on charity. In the most objective. If perchance your past takes you to this dreadful place, and if she still remembers...
Ok. Ó, ele continua aqui. Se tivesse falado sobre a outra, aí ele teria desaparecido. Agora sim, vamos falar com ele sobre a outra coisa.
No, not yet.
Remember, rumor has it she lives in the slums of the...
Agora o armário de ferro.
Minister Necker claims that you are a familiar face at the Tuileries Palace.
That old story. Will it hound me until... This, madame, is nothing but an unfounded rumor that I am trying... To what do I owe the displeasure of having to defend...
I must get hold of some documents that are kept in an armored safe in the kitchen.
What lock could
Vai
resist...
pedir a chave pra ele, ver se ele tem, né?
Minister Necker said it was indestructible.
Oh, I see. Well, let me think. After all, a lock is nothing more than a simple mechanism. Nothing that can resist the expertise of our dear... Why don't you ask him for help?
Agora tem que falar com o Bailey.
Now, who else might be of use? Oh, there's Monsieur Lavoisier as well, our gunpowder commissioner.
Também o Lavoisier.
I'm sure he'll have no trouble finding you something you can use to blow the door off that
Okay.
stubborn safe.
Good. I will go and find him.
Now, if you'll forgive me, I have
Aí ele vai sair daqui.
to attend to.
You are forgiven for everything.
In that case, it has been a pleasure, madam.
Pronto. Ó, ele já sumiu. Se tivesse falado logo sobre esse armário de ferro, ele ia sumir e a gente ia perder lá a quest da mãe dele, né? Então agora com Robespierre, que é esse camarada aqui. Tá acabando.
Eh bien.
É isso, para pegar todas as missões tem que fazer isso aqui.
Not yet.
I have it on good authority that he is in the quarries in Montmartre. He's the only person who could show you a way to reach the Bastille.
E aqui a gente fala sobre a rebelião popular com Robespierre.
Is your plan to arm the populace going as planned?
Oh, far from it, madame. The situation is hopeless. Even if they were armed and formed into battalions,
Why is that?
most of the strategic points in the city are inaccessible. They are seized by an irrational fear, one so great that those who do not... This makes it impossible to do anything. Any attempt at an...
The locations you mentioned share a common feature. A statue holding a lantern.
That's right. From what little I could make out, they appear to be depictions of a Vestal Virgin watching over the sacred...
Une lanterne des morts.
What do you mean, monsieur?
Lanterns of the dead. Ancient stone pillars. Our ancestors kept a fire going on top of them. Today, no one knows what they were used for. A symbol of light triumphing over dark. Others claim that human bones, mercury and lime were burnt there. Some odious sorcery that was meant to entrap the tormented...
That makes sense and confirms my observations. I'm now certain that the King's lanterns capture the anima essence of the dead who have been cast, and that this essence is what allows the automats to stay in...
Paternoster quies in celis sanctificetur no...
Now that I think about it, madame, you obviously are not subject to the harmful effects of these lanterns.
No, au contraire. When activated, these statues reveal an apparatus that allows me to repair myself.
It follows that if you destroy these lanterns, the people will be free to fight again.
Unfortunately, they are preternaturally strong. Nothing can so much as...
Come now, no metal is in. If we knew what these lanterns were made of, perhaps I could...
Lavoisier tá falando, não tá aparecendo nada aí.
Take a look at this ledger, Monsieur Lavoisier. It contains a list of metal. I found it by the factories, near Vaucanson's workshop.
Let's see. Steel, molybdenum, very tiens, donc, tungsten and zirconium. This master blacksmith knows his trade. These metals can be used to make the strongest alloy imaginable, as long as you have a fortune to invest.
For that, our clockwork tyrant knows no bounds.
Well, Monsieur Lavoisier, is there any way to
Break it? Certainly not. But mineral acid could change its... I would recommend... sulfuric acid or vitriol, if you prefer to use its
Vitriolo.
common name.
Where can I obtain some vitriol?
Obtenha vitriolo lá, ó.
But my laboratory at L'Arsenal, I can't tell you any more than that. You should ask my colleague. He uses similar substances in his...
Ok. E aqui a gente vai falar com o Sylvain Bailey agora. É o penúltimo. Lavoisier. Bailey. É com ele, ok?
Monsieur Bailly,
Mademoiselle,
I am very pleased to find you here with us within the shelter of these walls.
E a gente vai falar com ele o seguinte, as anotações. E por último, a gente vai deixar para falar sobre também o armário de ferro.
Let me see. A variation on Taylor's system, no doubt. I want to use it myself from time to time while...
What does it say?
It's a bit difficult to decipher. Je crois. The author writes that the subject died from a large dose of prussic acid.
What is prussic acid?
My apologies, Aegis, but I'm no chemist. You should ask Monsieur Lavoisier.
Aí agora o vitríolo.
Would you happen to know where I could find some vitriol?
Sulfuric acid? Of course. Combined with sea salt and green copperas, we use it to polish the lenses of our telescopes. But I don't know how much we have. You would need to go to the Louvre and take a look at the observatory's storeroom to find out.
If you will allow me to.
Of course, madame.
Aí pegamos a chave para ver o vitríolo, né? E agora o armário de ferro.
I'm looking for a way to force a lock that is supposed to be unbreakable. Monsieur de Mirabeau advised me to...
But I'm an astronomer, mon enfant, not a locksmith. I know my way around lenses, filters, but I've never given a moment's thought to how a lock... God, Monsieur de Mirabeau was joking with you. That's où est-il, ce brave homme? So that we
Eu tô
might...
perguntando onde é que ele tá, né? Talvez ele tenha mentido, porque ele não sabe nada disso.
Do you mean he left the convent? That's madness. What was so important that he would put himself in such danger?
Intriguing.
Pronto. E agora falar aqui com o Lavoisier. É o último.
Monsieur Lavoisier,
What can I do for you?
O ácido.
what is prussic acid?
It's a volatile compound extracted from Prussian blue.
What does it do?
Oh, it's a lethal poison, though at weaker doses it merely induces a deep soporific state, or a coma, if you will.
A deadly poison.
Aegis? Is...
Vou deixar o armário de ferro pro último, como sempre tô fazendo, né?
The clues I found at the warehouse suggest that the gunpowder was moved to the Bastille.
Diable. You must find a way to get there and put an end to this threat.
A pólvora já
Clues I
perguntei.
found at the warehouse.
Diable. You must...
Tá, já perguntei o vitríolo.
Where can I obtain some vitriol?
I had some, but my laboratory at l'Arsenal, I can't tell you any more than that. You should ask my colleague, Monsieur Bailly. He uses similar substances in his research.
E agora o armário de ferro.
I would like to access the contents of a safe that is... Dare I ask for your help, Monsieur Lavoisier?
And how can I be of assistance to you, madame?
I need gunpowder to break through the door.
Gunpowder? But I don't have a speck of it, mon ami.
O cara mentiu.
Do you think I just walk around with explosives in my pockets?
Oh. I apologize. It was Monsieur de...
Mirabeau? What is this ridiculousness? I suspect... Where is the animal? So we can ask him what's...
He has left. He...
Eh bien. I'm sorry, madame. If I could inspect the safe and determine what metal was used in its fabrication, but given the circumstances, I'm sad...
I understand.
Ok. Saí.
Goodbye, Monsieur Lavoisier.
E é isso, galera. Então, vamos sair daqui. Tem mais nada para fazer aqui. A gente já falou com todo mundo. Infelizmente, foi um tempão, mas o vídeo já passou aqui praticamente quase uma hora. Mas é isso. Eu vou ficar por aqui. No próximo vídeo a gente continua. Ok? Só ver a correspondência aqui da Aegis para a sua majestade. Tá aí a correspondência dela falando para a rainha. Mandou para a rainha, certinho? E no próximo vídeo a gente continua. Por favor, deixa o like, compartilha nas redes sociais que você tiver, deixa o comentário, não se esquece. Se inscreve no canal, aciona o sininho. Eu volto com vocês no próximo episódio. Até lá, falou. Tchau.